All right. Yes. Okay. We're going to give preference to Thomas. Thomas, you can give us your name and where you're from.
Thomas Müller is the German version, but I'm from Denmark.
And you're not too far from Germany. That's true. So.
Last week I went to the airport and I was a happy person. I was going to meet friends and colleagues. I was expecting a good annual council. Then I arrive here and suddenly hear that a warning is on its way. And last night, just a couple of hours ago, we see it in writing. The Danish Union has decided to appoint its pastors because we're trying to live inside policy. The executive committee regards policy very high, and we're trying to accommodate inside what policy allows. So at the moment, we are commissioning our male pastors. And is that what we are receiving a warning for today? I was expecting something else of the annual council, and I'm so afraid. I have the patience, and I know the structure of the church here. I have the overview, and I can live with a warning. And as you're trying to say you're downplaying the warning, the more you downplay the warning, the more I question why on earth are we then receiving the warning. Anyway, I can live with it, but what I'm concerned with is my membership back home. We are alienating them from the world church. We just saw a wonderful I Will Go campaign for the next quinquennium. I would love to come home and inspire my people to be a part of that. But this issue and the way we're dealing with this issue is alienating our members. And I think you know what my recommendation is when we come to vote. Last year at Annual Council, I was inspired by 2 Samuel, where some of David's people were publicly shamed. Half of their beard was taken off. And that was a shame. So David hides them in some towns until they can come out again. And I'm just thinking, is that really a way we want to work with the church? Is that the way we solve issues and solutions, by shaming, by warning, by reprimanding each other? I believe there's a better way. And I ended my short speech last year by an appeal to the leadership of the GC, the leadership of this house, to dig a little deeper in the toolbox and find other ways of talking, solving, finding solutions. We're here. The executive committee is here and ready for dialogue. We received, yes, the letter in June. We haven't had an executive committee since then. From my officers in the division, they have said all along the time, Denmark is inside policy. So it's a great surprise for me to stand here and receive a public warning.
All right. In reality, the letter that was sent from the General Conference was not a letter or an indication that would start the process. It was only a reminder. The division is responsible, and they, I'm sure, have been talking to you for some time. So the actual citing or indication of those in the list, the 4 entities that are in the list, as it says here, that they are not in harmony with practices on credentialing and the working policy. So to actually set aside and to provide commissioned licenses or some other license is not in compliance with working policy. So, and this is information that we have received essentially from the division. So you may think you're in policy, but in reality, you're not following the policy. And so that's why the warning is being provided.
To have that kind of communication a bit earlier. Did I understand you correctly when you say commissioning pastors is not inside policy?
Commissioning is, but not ordaining pastors is not according to policy. So,
Yeah.
as I understand it, as we understand it, you're not ordaining anyone.
That's correct. That's correct.
All right? Thank you.